But caution, the photo I'm going to show you is frightening. Now, last night I asked,
how dumb is
Chris Bowen?
The man is remarkable. He's never once in a lifetime uttered a word of truth.
Because he made things up as he went.
Where is Chris Bowen? Where has our energy minister been hiding?
Hiding in a chicken coop.
And it's not okay. Someone's got to call it out.
It all but disappeared from public view after a Resolve strategic poll last month rated him the Albanese government's least popular minister.
And if you're not convinced yet of that, I think I'm going to be unlikely to convince people if they're not convinced with all the evidence.
But a breakthrough. I have tracked him down. And tonight I will show you just where he's been. But caution, the photo I'm going to show you is frightening. It is proof that we have put our economy and our jobs and our savings in the hands of climate lunatics and hysterics. Here is your energy minister. I found him yesterday in Catherine Dan's kitchen in Canberra, staring at her like it was a shrine, like it was something you could pray to save the planet from frying and save humankind from being wiped out.
Now, why am I talking about
because he's a pervert?
Did you just look at my boobs?
I was not my intention. I didn't,
You're looking at them right now.
Now I did. Because you were talking about them.
Testing. Oh, failed.
Now, you might just think I'm taking the mickey out of Bowen for thinking that paying Catherine to switch from cooking with gas to cooking with electricity is going to help change the world's climate, stop bushfires, end droughts, spare us floods. But it's in fact more serious than that. You see, Bowen was so keen on Catherine's that he didn't just post that picture you saw, but reminded us he was throwing another $5.4 million at something called the Electrify 2515 plot, or 2515, a pilot, a program in just the 2515 postcode in the Illawarra. Now that it happens to be money, that 5.4 million, to bribe 10% of lucky households in that 2515 postcode, about 500 of them, to go buy their own electric cooktops or air conditioners or hot water systems or whatever and chuck out their old gas ones, nasty fossil fuel gas ones. This scheme means they will get $1,000, $1,500 for some, to go shopping, courtesy of the taxpayer. No wonder these 2515 postcoders are happy.
We live in
2515.
I understand you might be a bit ticked off to see Chris Bowen spending your money on other people's appliances when so many people are doing it tough.
It's actually just a scam.
But to him, I think $5.4 million is peanuts. I mean, just last week he tossed another $2 billion to the rapacious Clean Energy Finance Corporation to go fund even more of his global warming schemes. But Catherine Stove tells you everything about how Bowen does splash your cash on the most absurd schemes. For a start, just do the maths of this one.
300 baht. I didn't know that they included. What's your name?
done.
Happy ending, eh?
Now, this postcode 2515 scheme was adopted for every one of Australia's 2,644 postcodes. It would cost taxpayers $14 billion. Now, if Bowen's handout to the lucky 500 households in postcode 2515, if that was given to every one of Australia's more than 9 million households, it would cost us $100 billion, and we'd be broke.
Quite easily.
Even though the 2515 postcoders are so happy if they could just get the rest of us to join them.
That is going to be great.
Join us.
Join us.
It's time to get laid.
It's time to get late.
Let's have a parade.
We should have a parade.
There's too much of it allowed and perpetrated in Parliament House, in my very strong view.
That's actually an ad for this scheme, believe it. Of course, Bowen's not going to give all these goodies to everyone. I mean, even he knows $100 billion is mad. He'll keep the scheme so small that it's just going to be a gesture, a useless gesture, of course. Well, let's hope that's all he'll do. But there is actually more that makes this scheme stupid. You got to ask, why is Chris Bowen
A traitor.
pushing us to switch our appliances now from gas to electricity when we're already running out of electricity? I mean, poor Catherine, you know, one day the power's going to probably go out with her dinner uncooked and she will curse the day she let Bowen into her kitchen and persuaded her to throw out her old trusty gas cooker. You see, the Australian energy market operators repeatedly warned that eastern states are so short of electricity for things like Catherine's new stove that they could face blackouts in a year or two. And already you can see the bits falling off. On a warm day last November, New South Wales Premier Chris Minns begged people to switch off their electric appliances because there was too little electricity. And solar power, you can't rely on that. It always starts to come off, as he put it, after 3 p.m.
If you can not run your pool filter, not run your dishwasher, not run your washing machine this afternoon between 3 and 8, you'll help the grid.
Let's go live in a cave. Let's go live in a cave.
It's actually an ad for this scheme, believe it. And just last week, the Queensland government did something similar. It sent an email to public servants asking them to close blinds and turn off a second computer screen or extra printers to avoid, it said, forced blackouts during what the media was describing as a heat wave. I mean, heat wave. I remember, you know, when the temperature had to crack 100 on the old Fahrenheit scale for the newspapers to start running their, you know, phew, what a scorcher headlines. 100 was the mark. This heat wave in Brisbane last week, and the 3 days it had, not one of them was tipped to reach that old century. Not one.
I'll give you a fucking forecast for the next 1,000 fucking years, all right? It's going to be fucking hot.
But now I guess I think anything counts as extreme weather to people who are, you know, keen to panic about global warming.
Climate change is a scam.
No need to panic now. But you can see where we're headed. You can see why Chris Bowen seemed so dangerous in Catherine's kitchen yesterday. Our energy minister was there cooking up more plans to spend billions we don't have, to make us use more of the electricity we don't have, just to pretend to save us from a climate crisis we don't see.